Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show. Someone in our studio audience yesterday was asking me if our contestants are getting smarter on Jeopardy. I'm not sure about that, and I don't know if the material is getting to be more difficult. What I do know is that on recent programs, we have been giving away a lot of money. Our champions have been cleaning up. Ilana was a case in point for yesterday, winning over $20,000. Could happen to you, Alan, or to you, Lowell. Good luck to all three of you as we put you to work now in the Jeopardy round. We love giving away a lot of money. Here are the categories to assist you today. Nations of the world. Each correct response will begin with the letter N. We're going to deal with 5-letter words, hodgepodge, a little bit of everything, mythology, Hershey versus Nestle, and finally,
Little League Baseball, how the A-Rods of the future do it.
All right, Ilana, off you go.
We'll start with Nations of the World for 200.
Its territory extends 300 miles above the Arctic Circle. Lowell.
What is Norway?
Yes.
Nations of the World, 400.
It stretches from the Gulf of Guinea in the southwest to Lake Chad in the northeast. Alan.
What is Niger?
No. Ilana.
What is Nigeria?
Nigeria, yes.
Nations for 600.
Its territory includes Great Barrier Island and the Antipodes Islands. And that would be New Zealand. Ilana, back to you.
Nations for 800.
Swampy and indented, its Caribbean shore is aptly called the Mosquito Coast. Lowell.
What is Nicaragua?
Right.
Nations, 1,000.
In 1968, the UN called for South Africa's withdrawal from the territory that is today this country. Alan.
What is Namibia?
Yes.
Let me have Little League Baseball for 200.
All right, let's join Jimmy.
In the major leagues, this goes to about halfway up the torso. In Little League, it goes to the armpits.
Alan.
What is the strike zone?
Correct.
Little League for 400.
Jimmy again.
Unlike Major League Baseball, Little League batters may use non-wood bats. Most are made of this metal that has a distinctive sound when it meets the ball.
Alan.
What is aluminum?
Right.
Little League for 600.
Here we go.
The distance between the bases in Little League is this many feet, 2/3 that of Major League Baseball.
Alan.
What is 60 feet?
60 is right.
Little League for 800.
Let's stick with Jimmy.
Little League games are shorter than big league ones, so it's a dramatic moment as Kyle comes to bat in the last regulation inning, the bottom of this.
Lowell.
What's a 7?
No. Alan.
What is the 6th inning?
Yes.
Little League for 1,000.
All right, Jimmy, wrap it up.
I'm caught between the bases, and I've gotten myself into one of these. It's also called a pickle because that's what I'm in.
Alan.
What is a rundown?
Rundown is right. You know your Little League. You're doing well. You're in the lead.
Thank you. Hershey versus Nestle for 200.
Answer. Nestle began making this in 1904. They claim to make the very best of it. Alan.
What is chocolate?
Yep.
Hershey versus Nestle for 400.
In 1939, Nestle introduced an instant form of this non-milk product. Alan.
What is cocoa?
No. What is coffee? Back to you, Alan.
Hershey versus Nestle for 600.
This peanut butter cup is one of Hershey's best-selling products. Ilana.
What is Reese's?
Reese's is right.
Mythology for 200.
In Incan myth, it was this South American camel relative that warned man about the impending flood. Ilana.
What is the llama?
Llama, yes.
Mythology 400.
Go to Ellen in the name books, and you'll find it's a form of this name from Greek myth. Lowell.
What's Helen?
Helen is right, and that takes you up to 600, half of Ilana's total. Alan in the lead, though, because of his skills in Little League Baseball. We're going to come back in a moment. There's got to be a story here, folks. Lowell Goodman from Los Angeles returned from his bachelor party with just a mangled propeller to show for it. What on earth is that about?
Well, you know, we rented a houseboat, me and about a dozen friends, on Lake Mead. And let's just say my friends aren't the greatest drivers in the world, and we may have run aground a few times.
Oh, so it's a boat propeller, not an airplane propeller.
No, it isn't.
Oh, good. That makes it a lot safer. During the commercial break, I was talking to Alan and asking him if he had kids who had played Little League Baseball because you did so well in that category, and you said, no, you tried out for Little League.
And I always got cut.
Yeah, it's not fun getting bad news, and I have some more bad news for you. During the break, our producers went back and reviewed the tape, and in the response of those nations, countries that begin with N, you said Namibia instead of Namibia. So we have to penalize you. We have to take away the money. So you're still in the lead. You have 1,400, and Ilana over here has just 1,200. Champion. Trained ranch steers to be draft animals and blacksmith the equipment. What's all that about?
It was part of a Peace Corps training group, an Institute for Appropriate Technology, and we caught the steers and we trained them to gee and haw, and we made all the equipment. It was during my macho years a few years ago.
You had to handle one of those heavy hammers and whack.
Yeah, it was great. It was quite fun.
Okay, fun and great. Two things that scare me. All right, Lowell, you have command of the board. You select as we continue right now.
Hershey versus Nestle, 800.
Answer. Now a Hershey's product, Mounds, was introduced in 1920. This nutty counterpart didn't appear until 1946. Alan.
What is Almond Joy?
Yes.
Hershey versus Nestle for 1,000.
In 1938, Nestle introduced its Crunch Bar, and Hershey introduced this rival. Lowell.
What is Crackle?
Crackle, correct.
I'll take 5-letter words, 200.
The 2 months that fit the category. Alana.
What are April and... Uh-oh.
Whoa, oh, indeed. Alan.
What are March and April?
Those are the two.
5-letter words for 400.
A kind of cereal grain, triticale, is produced by crossing rye and this. Ilana.
What is wheat?
Yes?
5-letter words for 600.
As a noun, it's a steep-walled canyon. As a verb, it means to stuff yourself with food. Ilana.
What is gorge?
Correct.
Mythology for 6.
In Roman myth, this powerful taut killed 2 serpents in his cradle. Lowell?
Who's Hercules?
Hercules, yes.
5-letter words, 800.
An organism's ecological role in the community, or a recess in the wall for a statue. Ilana.
What is niche?
Yes.
5-letter words for 1,000.
It can be an object from the past or a personal item associated with a saint. Lowell.
What's a relic?
Right.
Mythology, 800.
Answer. Daily double. Still a close game, but you're in the lead.
I will bet 1,000.
All right, here is the clue. According to Greek mythology, this horn of plenty is the horn of the goat Amalthea.
What is cornucopia?
Yes.
Let's finish the category.
Island on which Theseus slew the Minotaur. Ilana.
What is Crete?
Crete, correct.
Hodgepodge for 2.
This feline variety of willow tree belongs to the same family as aspens and cottonwoods. Ilana?
What is pussy willow?
Pussy willow, yes.
400, please.
Psychologist Otto Rank ranked this trauma as the #1 cause of neurosis. The #1 cause is birth. Now I find out. Ilana, back to you.
600, please.
10-letter word describing a woman's dress without arm coverings. I fear you have overcomplicated this one. What is sleeveless? Ilana?
800.
Augusto Pinochet, who ousted Salvador Allende in 1973, led the junta in this country until 1990. Ilana?
What is Chile?
Yes.
1,000.
In 1935, he invented a self-adhesive label. And even though he's gone, his name still sticks with us. Lowell.
Who's Avery?
R. Stanton Avery. That's right, for $1,000 more, and you are now in the lead. Ilana just behind you by 400, and Alan will go first in Double Jeopardy when we come back.